Okay, well this is going to be kind of a strange review. It's probably going to be a little more chill than usual. Last one was probably a little chill. It's after work. It's about 11 o'clock where I am, which is it's kind of late. Geezers like me need to get to bed, so it's getting past my bedtime here. I got my cup of tea going on here. And last review that I did was actually about this right here, the Nathan Drake journal from what company? Insights, that's right. The weird Insights. Not foresights, not hindsights. Find those, you know, on a gun. Hindsight. But, yes, I did a review of this. Just because I thought this was, like, really cool, and I kind of talked about how I have different, you know, little writing projects going on that just kind of keep me from losing my mind. And the example that I cited was my adventure book, my little adventure journal. You know, just write down different stuff, take maps and places that I've been. Ellicott City is no longer there. Got washed away in a flash flood. And some pictures of me, you know, and that's Harper's Ferry and whatnot. But the difference between this and what I've got underneath it, which is this is my moleskin. I saw this for $15 at a bookstore, and it was all wrapped up in plastic, and it just, I don't know, something about my autism is just sort of attracted to you know, papery kind of things. I think maybe it dates back to, like, when I was a kid and in, like, elementary school when we had, like, free days or something, the cheap-ass school board system would, like, give us paper to play with. Like, I'm not even, like, making that up. Like, we didn't have full board games or anything. We had, like, we had paper to play with. This is more like a personal journal. And that, you know, and that's, like, kind of a weird thing to say because I feel like a lot of people out there are going to be going, like, gay? And, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is, but I found that, you know, doing this kind of weird scrapbooking thing was really relaxing after a day's work. This is the pen that I actually really like to use. Something called a Precise V5. My brother was using this for sketching or something, and I picked it up and found that it really had a good quality to it. I wish I had a piece of paper to show you, but I'll test that out in a minute. Anyway, this is a moleskin. I saw this and I had to pick it up, and I needed a purpose for it. Actually, I can show you one of the first things I did with it, because it is a notebook. But yeah, one of the first things that I wrote down was just a list of all the TMs and HMs that are in the original Pokemon, which I am going through for the final time right before fucking Sun and Moon, which I cannot wait for. I had to just write all these down for quick reference, because in the game, in the original, they just say, oh yeah, it's TM01, it's, you know, TM18. You want to teach it to a Pokemon? And then, like, you have to actually physically press yes before it'll tell you what it is. And it's like, are you sure you want to teach them Mega Punch or Counter? And this is just handier as a quick reference. A lot of people complained about the paper being more thin and fragile. Again, I've never had an original Italian notebook or moleskin, so I don't know. But a lot of things they complain about are, you can hardly see it on the HD camera. Just bleeding through. Pen bleeding through. I press really heavily and this pen leaks, so these things were supposed to be, like, really high quality notebooks, and apparently over the years their value, their quality has declined. I would only know this from watching, like, different YouTube videos about notebooks, as weird and bizarre as that is. This is definitely not the craziest place that Tolstoy's ever brought you. Yeah, it's like, I really enjoyed, like, looking up different YouTube videos about it, and a lot of them were complaining about the quality of modern moleskins. But I still find this one actually really serviceable. But it was only on one of these videos that I saw a comparison video that led me to a new purchase of a new notebook that is very similar, but basically is gunning for the throne, the crown that the moleskin carries, which is the high-quality notebook. High-quality notebook. Oh yeah, shit. So, like most people know, there's like a little pocket in the back of most of these, which I thought was really handy. And in it just comes with this, you know, little label, the Moleskine Classic. And I like how on the inside, it's just got, like, extra notes. Like, you know, Yeah, well, hell, let's write a fucking note. Here, this should be kind of cool. Oh, yeah. It says, I showed this book on YouTube. And this part's kind of depressing. It's like, this notebook has been to, and it's like, oh, that's the world! And it might as well just be, like, called, like, all the places Tolstoy doesn't get to visit. All of them. Just fucking all of them. And it's like, oh, look at all the different ways you could have traveled around the world. Oh, you look at the friends that you made. Oh, my God. And places, there's countries visited. No, actually, this little internal label thing is actually really cool. But it's just ultra depressing. Unfortunately, that's just what it's gonna do. So this is my Moleskine. And basically, the notebook that I'm reviewing is just a straight up, the slightly better version. This product, the Leuchtturm. I can't speak. No hablo Germanic. 1917. The catchphrase or the catchline or whatever you want to call that. Details make all the difference. A lot of people notice that it's written in 3 separate languages, which is whatever that is, English, and also whatever that is. So, I don't know. But, let's see, if you look on the back, okay, that's awesome. You can read the whole thing in, it's the notes book. Notes book! Yeah, that's awesome. The one reason that I liked it is because of this. Hard to read in the bad lighting in Tolstoy's room every time. 249 numbered pages. That's counting front and back, obviously. They're never going to tell you just however many individual pages are in there. But this sucker here only has, I think, like 150, 160. And I've only been writing in it for about a month or so. And I'm trying to find there you go. That's about how much I've exhausted. There's all this right here. So, in a few months, and I can easily see me buying multiples of these and just filling them up and putting a little label on it being like, October through blah, and then maybe, or like, another label that says, or like, just get some duct tape, not duct tape, masking tape, put it on there in marker, right, trip to, I'm never going to get to take a trip or take a vacation out of this hellhole. Anyway, don't let the depression set in. So yeah, the first thing is that it states that it has 249 numbered pages. It has, and this is kind of the best part. I can't wait to open this up and take a look. It has a blank table of contents. It's so unnecessary, so superfluous, and yet so cool. Again, for autists who are for some reason into collecting these goddamn notebooks. 8 perforated and detachable sheets. I don't really see the point of having detachable things unless I needed to write a letter. Actually, ironically, I did that last night with another notebook that I think I mentioned in a previous... I'm done. I'm not going to buy any more, I swear to God. They're cheap, and they're a cheap source of entertainment. It's fun to just write down your thoughts or whatever at the end of the day while watching some YouTube videos and trying to unwind. Expandable pocket, so good. It doesn't lose anything that the Moleskine had. Page marker and elastic enclosure band, which is this. It looks a little bit thinner than the Moleskine ones, but I have actually heard from other reviewers that it feels tighter and of higher quality. That's what he said. Thread-bound book opens flat. Same is true of the Moleskine. And I find this actually really handy because I write in some crazy positions, trying to fold it over my lap or whatever, but the fact that it will sit open flat on a surface like that. So, let's see. It says it's ink-proof paper and acid-free paper. I hear that these still bleed through. Some of the reviews on Amazon said that it's still going to have that bleeding problem. Again, doesn't bother me too much, so. And it's only slightly larger. I kind of like the Moleskine's more thin, sleek look, but it's a little bit larger, and honestly, who cares? It'll still fit really well in, a backpack, wherever you're bringing it, maybe you're going to college to be you'll need to definitely take a lot of notes, specifically if that's the case. So, let's open this sucker up. It comes with a nice little saran wrappy plastic all around it, which means that, of course, Tolstoy's going to have to whip out his knife. Tolstoy has been carrying, obviously, a lot smaller knives on his work days, and I actually recently picked this up and made a journal entry about it. This is a Columbia River knife and tool. Got this at a Dick's Sporting Goods. Columbia River knife and tool. It's called the Squid. It's very tiny, but very handy. I've even used it as an X-Acto knife when I didn't have my scissors on me to cut out certain pages or certain, pictures of things, you can really easily kind of use it to, you know, carve little curves and get the, you know, get the it's a very handy knife to get what you want, to get the, so I'm trying to do this without damaging the goddamn notebook. And Tolstoy is known for accidentally damaging his things when opening them up. I could probably easily do this without the knife, but what fun is there in that? Okay, so it's like a condom in the sense that once you're finished with it, this wrapper is never going to fucking come off. Yeah, I made a reference to sexual activity. Make sure to not have this show up in your inbox, and to make sure that all of the advertisements are removed from it because it's not considered Coca-Cola friendly, you fascist animals. Anyway. The cover feels way better. This feels vaguely flexible, which is fine. It doesn't, you know, matter, but this feels much more robust. Again, slightly thicker because of the more... Well, actually, it looks about the same, but again, this is brand new, and I've been stuffing, you know, newspaper clippings into this, so... But yeah, and it's basically, you know, the fact that Moleskine has Moleskine written there, and this says... right here. Oh man, it got damaged in transit. There's like a little bump right here. It's not a biggie. It's not a biggie. Alright, first of all, let's take off the wrapping. This feels to be about the same as a Moleskine. I don't know. Everyone on the internet who were reviewing it and saying, oh, this feels much more robust. This little stringy part. I actually kind of thought this was really lame and I didn't want this. It's come in handy. It definitely has. I've learned to like it, but when I first saw it, I was like, can I cut this off? I'm glad I didn't, but I didn't really want it to begin with, so open it up. Oh my goodness, instructions come out. Oh man, little pieces of paper. Hell yeah, we gotta talk about those pieces of paper. First thing, we have a little note here, written in 3 separate languages and signed by 3 people. I mean, it looks like it's actually been signed, but that must be clearly printed on there. It's using green or blue ink. Makes it look like it's been written on there in pen. It says, thank you very much for purchasing a Leuchtturm. I'm sure my German friend will be able to correct me. Product. For 90 years we've been developing our products in the firm belief that the details matter. We wish you a lot of pleasure with this product. My goodness, how much pleasure? Yeah, you know how much pleasure. Yeah, so much pleasure. Okay, that totally went overboard, and it didn't need to get done. It didn't need to get done. And so, you know, I apologize and shit. And you get like this little weird little, you know, instruction manual or some shit. Leuchtturm 1917, details make the difference. And it just unfurls. It's written on a single sheet of really robust toilet paper with this cool ass little weird looking German factory shit going on here. I'm gonna cut this up and post it inside probably inside the Moleskine, ironically. Bunch of we designed it's kind of hard to read because the light is making both sides of it shine through, but we designed our notebook very carefully down to the last detail. The pages are numbered, and an empty table of contents. That's another thing, by the way, about these, is that the pages are numbered, which again is just a little plus, and it costs only a few dollars more than the Italian Moleskine, and I'm gonna knock the camera about 8 more times before this is all over. God damn it. Covers the different kinds of notebooks that they make. They make the ruled, they make the grid, and they make the blank. I went with ruled because I find that's better if you're going to be doing a lot more writing. They make, you know, daily calendars and weekly planners, which I'm never going to use because I can't get my life in line, and I'm never going to have a plan because do I really look like a guy with a plan? That got so depressing so quick. Everyone's like, I tuned in for a notebook review. No. Cover here, yeah, it's real nice. Let's take it off and see if there's stuff on the inside. Ah, it's not like the Moleskine. There's no... One point against it. There's no, where have you been, and, you know, who did you meet, and did your life ever get better after Julie left you? So, unfortunately, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to make a little concerned sad face. Right on the inside of that. Anyway, let's open her back up. Oh, yeah. Feels so fun. Just, it's so crisp and clean. Did I mention, like, I like to thumb through, like, paperback novels and then, like, smell them, smell the glue, the smell of newsprint. Again, just my autism. It's got your area for your name and your address. I will probably not fill that in. I like how on the Moleskine it actually is written, you know, name, address, and then a dollar amount for reward, and I wrote, just keep it, I'm likely dead. No, really, I did. I would show you, but it has a little picture of me, and it's a passport photo anyway. So here's your, here's where you've got the table of contents, but of course it's written in 3 languages, which is a little confusing. Someone mentioned that, like it says item instead of pages above the pages. Thema, which is sujet, I guess that's French, sujet, topic, and, you know. But again, let's see how many there are. Oh, the pages are really thin. Pages are, like, really thin. No, they're not anymore. Yeah, they're a little thinner. Wow, they're a little thinner than the Moleskines. Oh, come on. I was told this thing is, like, the Billy Badass of Billy Badass notebooks, man. Well, alright, it's supposed to be ink-proof. Oh, shit. Oh, man, there's stuff on this end. Oh, it's like the labels. It's like when you're finished, you can actually just peel these off and stick them on the front of the notebook. You can write, you know, my trip to France, and then stick that shit on there. And guess what? It doesn't even fit in the pocket. Oh, it does, but just barely. God damn it, that is what he said. That is the kind of super intellectual humor that Tolstoy is known for. So let's give it an ink test. Let's see if it bleeds through. I will pick the second to last page. You know, it's always hard to find a place in the notebook where you're okay with, you know, writing on it. It's gonna dip beneath the screen for a minute because you can't see it, and I'm gonna need something. Oh, these are the perforated lines that can be torn off. These pages are all the perforated ones. All right, so I guess it won't matter. I can just easily tear these out. So I just need something to write. What am I going to write? Next to my desk is Alphonse Elric figurine from the Full Metal Alchemist. So I will literally write something from the ending of the Full Metal Alchemist. Spoilers, I guess, even though it's just a quotation. Okay. So that was my pen test. We can also try a pencil test while we're at it. This just happened to be on my desk. I think I was using it to mark areas on the wall where I was going to nail in a new piece of Asian decor for my wall. There was a fan from like a long time ago who made a video kind of, you know, what's the word, satirizing the way that I like reviewed action figures. And it was this English kid, and you know, he's all grown up now, and apparently I've had a conversation with him on Skype, and I didn't even know. And he accused me of, quote, needing to glue Asian things to my face. Hey, I resemble that remark. Let's see if we can do like a little pencil test. And what should I write in pencil? Okay. So we've done our tests. Let's have a look. I know that I've screwed up the quote from the Full Metal Alchemist pretty bad, but the gist of it was, the Earth isn't perfect, it turns on a tilted axis, but she's here for us, and she's trying so hard, and that's what makes her so damn beautiful. And then Risa Hawkeye cuts a piece of an apple off and sticks it in the commander, whatever the hell his name is, Pierce's face and says, "Shut up." And it's romantic. And then beneath that, in pencil, I wrote, I need to glue Asian things to my face. So, here's the moment of truth. Did she bleed? Ah, a tiny bit. One singular speck. It's not really more or less than the moleskin. I noticed that this side's a little less see-through. You know, whereas on the moleskin, it'll stick out pretty far. And I'm really like flipping through the pages of journals and books. I've been doing that obsessive-compulsively since I was a kid. It comes with 2 page markers. Pretty much unnecessary. I don't even really see why they're here. I mean, I get it. It's cool that it's an added-in feature. Okay, I'm making sure that not all of the lines are perforated. It comes with a few in the back that are, but not most of them. And that's fun. It's fun. The lines are nice and light, not heavy, which is the sign of kind of a nice notebook. And again, I would love that. It's slightly larger, so you have a little bit more room for your ideas and gluing in pictures. And making macaroni art. Because I'm a grown-ass man. I can make fucking macaroni art if I want to. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, that was a very angry way to end a very chill review. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Kind of a strange subject, but I just needed to get it out so that I can continue to fondle it. I mean, this one I won't be using for quite some time. I need to finish up the amount of pages that I have left. I actually have to admit, the paper is nicer in this, it feels like, but it bleeds through much easier. This is far more prominently seen than on the other one, from the other side. And I do use both sides because I'm an adult, because I'm a big boy. Alright? Now leave a bunch of mean comments leave a bunch of mean comments saying I'm a fedora and a neckbeard milady down in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe and drink lots of Coca-Cola and bow down before the banker overlords. Okay? Alright. Okay, yes.
Good. According to my calculations, if you go to patreon.com/TolstoyKafkaevsky, you can donate to this Fruit Loops page, channel, YouTube thing, to all of his insane adventures, and his stupid plastic nerdy bullshit. Yeah, you know, it's a bad day, man, when Tolstoy has to break out the classic attire, plus some extra accoutrements. Anyway, like I said, if you like my content, as strange as it is, I just, on the off chance that you do, and you want to foot me, you know, $1. Maybe if you want to send me an old expired Subway sandwich in the mail, you go ahead and you do that, you know? If you feel it in your heart of hearts to help me make videos that everyone regrets. Everyone. It's time to stop!